Namaste, welcome. Sat Sri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum. Let's come onto our mats. Have available all that you need to create stability and space for your practice. This may include being close to a wall for balance, close to some large furniture so you can reach out your hand, perhaps a folded blanket, cushion, blocks, a low footstool. Your home is full of things that will help you to come into your practice with steadiness and ease. Sukhasana. When we practice yoga asana, we often come into this space of constriction and contraction because we start pushing our body beyond its natural boundaries. We begin to compete and with the self, compete with others subconsciously. The practice of yoga is a practice to come into deep inquiry with the self, to turn inward, to attain a state of mind which opens us to move into meditation and connect with the essence of the divine consciousness, or the essence of the self with relationship or in relationship with divine consciousness. If we are worried about the aches and pains and I can't get my foot here and I can't reach my hand over there, and we become distracted by the physical material world of which our bodies are a manifestation. Today in our practice, I'm going to invite you to create space. We're working with the element of Akash or Akasha. So our mudra for today is Akasha mudra, sometimes known as Akasha Vardak mudra. Each of the fingers on our hands represent an element, one of the Pancha Mahabhutas, the great 5 elements. The thumb represents Agni, fire, and the middle finger represents the Akash, or space, or ether. So let's bring the tip of the middle finger and the tip of the thumb together. And keep all of the other fingers extended. This is the Akash mudra, and I invite you to have the mudra palms face up on your knees. Here in your seat, perhaps you're supported by a folded blanket or a cushion underneath the sit bones. Ground down through the lower body. All the points of connection with the earth here. This grounding, rootedness, helps us to find our stable foundation from which to grow and expand and lift. Lengthen the spine. Have a sense of opening across the heart by drawing the shoulders further away from each other, by broadening the collarbones. Imagining a reaching of the crown towards the sky, the sun. Closing the eyes or gazing softly at the earth just ahead of you. Let's come into our stillness for this moment, arriving onto our mats. We open our class by chanting Om, the very first sound of the universe. And this sound vibrated, reverberated throughout the universe. It's often said to be reminiscent of the sound of the Big Bang. Inhale fully to prepare. Hands together at the heart in Namaskar. Exhaling Om. 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 Allow the sound to emanate in the air, the space around you. This moment of, I sense this as a vacuum. So connect with what sense you create when you chant Om and the vibrational field that you create around yourself. What is your experience within this field? For me, it is a vacuum. And this vacuum is a space for the self to be in complete communion with the universe. Our mantra for today is Om Gatte Gatte Paragatte parasam Gatte bodhi swaha or swaha. This mantra translated means gone, gone, way gone, beyond the shores, beyond all that we know, awakened, so be it. The sense of never ending, the sense of eternity, infinity, limitless, boundaryless, unbounded. So we'll chant the mantra, we'll do call and response, and then we'll chant it together twice. So 3 times in all. Inhale to prepare. Om Gatte Gatte Paragatte. Om Gatte Gatte Paragatte. Parasam Gatte Parasam Gatte. Bodhi swaha. Bodhi swaha. Together. Om Gatte Gatte Paragatte Parasam Gatte Bodhi swaha. Om Gatte Gatte Paragatte Parasam Gatte Bodhi swaha. When you have your own practice, your daily practice, I invite you to chant this mantra with your mala, your beads, 108 times. And you might notice that when I don't have my, darling, can you pass me my mala, please, just so I can show my friends. This is Akash mudra, or Akash Vardak mudra. So here we have the mala. So wrap the mala into the palm of the left hand. And the right hand is the hand through which we pass the mala through. So I'm going to come a little bit closer. And this was unplanned. I didn't intend to show you this, but I think it's really important as I was thinking about it. So you have your mala here. And you'll notice that I'm holding the mala on my middle finger, the finger that represents the Akash element, the element of space. So I hold a bead on my middle finger, and then I pass the bead. I'm just going to show you here. I pass the bead with my thumb over my middle finger. I keep my index finger out of the way. And so the very act of japa mantra, the meditation of sound, the meditation of mantra that opens us through the gateway, is connecting us to the Akash element, the element of space itself. And in this way, we are able to move the mind from a place of contraction, of boundaries, of expectations, of judgments, of stereotypes, of self-critical thinking, ruminating, all of the things that keep our mind overly busy. We begin to create space for the chanting of mantra, in which the mind quietens and stills, so that we have space to explore the divine. I hope that helps, because when I'm chanting, it is very intentional practice. So this is why we use the Akash mudra to move our beads. It's often, I understand in Catholicism, with the rosary bead, it's the same intention, but I could be wrong. But if do please, if you do have a Catholic background, do let me know. Okay, let's start our practice with our asana, with our movement. So let's place the hands on the earth. Lengthen the crown, open the heart. Take a moment here. As you inhale, let's lift the hands overhead, reaching towards the crown. And as you exhale, let's reach the hands down towards the earth. So be sure to create lots of space. As we inhale, let's count 4, 3, 2, 1. As we exhale, let's count 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to the earth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to increase the count by additional 1. You can stay at the 4 to 6, or let's rise up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's add one more count, or stay where you are. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a moment here. Take a full breath in. Hold the breath in. Engage the root lock by squeezing the pelvic floor. Engage the Uddiyana band by squeezing at the core, by hugging in the ribs. Release the chin gently down to the throat. This is the great lock, the Mahabandha. All three locks engaged, containing the energy that we have created. Holding the breath in for as long as is comfortable. Then release the chin. Exhale. 1. Release the Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, same breath. 2. Release the Mula Bandha. Exhale. 3. Same breath. Now hold the breath out. Engage Mula Bandha. Uddiyana. Throat lock. Jalandhar. With the breath out, for as long as it's comfortable that you can sustain. Release Jalandhar. Inhale. 1. Release Uddiyana. Inhale. 2. Release Mula Bandha. Inhale. 3. And then let's release the whole breath through open mouth. And return to the sweetness of the natural rhythm of your breath. It's just divine. If you see me floating into space, it will be the pranayama practice. Let's come immediately onto all fours here, my friends. Move slowly, because I know that we've created a sense of space. And this might create a sense of feeling slightly lightheaded for some of us. So if you feel lightheaded, inhale, lift the tailbone, dip the low back, shine the heart, lift the gaze. Madhyasana. Exhale, round through the tailbone, draw in the navel, round through the shoulders, tuck the chin. Itiyasana. And then let's move through the cycle of cat-cow. What I want you to notice in particular today is that when you move into cow, Vitliyasana, you're squeezing the Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, and drawing in the Jalandhar Bandha. So you're automatically engaging all three of the locks. And then when you move into cat, you're releasing the locks to some degree. So we're really working on these energy locks. If you think about those as if you're canals and they have the locks, and it's as important as the water flows through the canal system that the locks are there to help aid the passage and movement of the boats, the barges, the canal boats, the narrow boats. It's not like a dam that creates a buildup. It is a way to allow the movement of energy, to improve the flow of water, to improve the flow of energy, if you visualize it in that way. When you've come to your natural stop with cat-cow, take a moment here. Tuck the toes. Inhale, press into the earth and lift the tailbone up towards the sky. You may keep a bend in your knees, either a soft bend or a deep bend. And then let's pedal here for a moment. You'll see I've had my hair open today. I might do it up in a moment. You need to look like Thing out of the, how should I say, the Addams Family or the Munsters. Walk your feet as wide as the mat, hands as wide as the mat. Take a moment here in this wide mountain pose, Parvatasana. And then let's walk the hands back towards your feet here. And we're not going to come all the way back. We're going to come back only as the distance that enables us to, let me just tuck my hair under like this, so that we can keep our fingertips on the earth as wide as our mat. So we come into this forward fold. Now from here, bend into your knees and reach the tailbone back, and then begin to gently extend the legs here. Maintain a softness in the knees. Create space along the length of the spine. Now imagine that the tailbone and the crown, so here the root and the crown drawing apart. This is counter reach effect happening. The hips are back behind the heels. Let's take a full breath in here. Now, as you breathe in, imagine the expansion of your lungs, the sides of your ribs, the sides of your torso, like a hot air balloon expanding. Then as you exhale, release the breath on the length of the spine out through the crown. So draw in through the crown. Expand all sides of the abdomen and the chest. Exhale along the spine. You'll notice this inflation and deflation experience. And then, my friends, one final breath here to decompress the body, and then walk the hands all the way back to your feet. And let's cross the hands over to the left side here. Keeping the feet folding forward, big twist here. And walk the hands through center all the way over to the right. Back to center, bend into your knees softly, reach forward with your hands, rise up. Here you can bring your hands into your Akash Mudra. And as you rise up, so you have your feet as wide as your mat, arms wide as your feet. Take a moment here, lift the gaze, reach behind the back, interlace all of the fingers in a yoga mudra, draw the hands down. So we still have our feet wide, my friends. Exhale, hinge from the hips forward. So let's come halfway first. And then you might notice you lock out your knees, so soften the knees and then reach forward towards the earth with the crown, hands reaching up behind you. So here, notice where in your body you feel contraction of the energy and where you feel expansion of the energy. So we're really working here with our lower body for the moment. So we're creating a firm connection with the ground, firm foundation through the corners of our feet. But we're taking up space here. We're creating space. One breath here. Then bend into your knees, halfway. Take a moment here. Then rise all the way up strong. Take the gaze up towards the sky. Release the hands with care. Open out your arms. Akash Mudra here. Now, bring the arms out parallel. Keep your feet wide. Let's flip the left palm back and the right palm forward. So the left palm turns back, the right palm forwards. Take the left hand behind the back, reach to the middle of your back here. Reach overhead with your right hand. And then reach your hand behind you to take hold of your fingertips of the left hand here. Now, you can take hold of your t-shirt. You can also use a belt here for this purpose. So we're creating Gomukhasana arms here. Now, if you have clasped the ends of your fingers, this is the Ganesha Mudra. So you're either holding your t-shirt or you're holding a strap or you have your fingers interlaced. Let's exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to center. Take a moment here. Let's keep the arms there for a moment. And then let's release the right hand. Keep the left hand where it is, reach up with the right arm. So your palm is facing forward here. You can bring your hand into Akash here. So I'm bringing my left hand into my Akash and my right hand into my Akash. Now let's exhale over to the left. Inhale to center. Reach out to the right. Hinge across. And then back to center. Keep that right hand released out to the side and then gently release the left arm. Keep the left arm facing back. Take a moment here, then flip the left palm forward. Bring the hands across the left hand over the right. Backs of hands together, hands on shoulders, or wrap the right fingertips onto the left hand. So you come into Garudasana arms here. Now your stance is still wide. From here, my friends, let's hinge from the hips. Keep the heart parallel to the earth. Take a moment here. If you've locked your knees out, unlock the knees. Inhale to rise up. Keep going up so that you gaze up towards the sky. Gentle back bend here. Back to neutral. Open out the arms wide. Reach across to the left, over to the right. 3 times to loosen. You might want to create circles with the arms in both directions. And here we're going to do some gentle tapping on the heart and some swinging. So create space before we move over to the other side. So if you're close to a wall like me, you might want to move away from the wall. And we're going to tap and spin to the left and right. So tapping on the heart. From side to side, you notice my feet are wide. Now here, you can chant your mantra. Om gatte gatte, paragatte, parasam gatte, bodhi swaha. Om gatte gatte, paragatte, parasam gatte, bodhi swaha. Now you're spinning from side to side. This rotation can be gentle and slow. It can be fast and vigorous. You choose, my friends. Wherever you are at in your practice, whatever you want to do. Your arms can be outstretched or you can have a bend in the elbows. Now begin to slow down wherever you are so that you come into a natural stillness. Open out the arms. Now let's flip the right palm back, keep the left palm forward. So you may want to reach for your belt here. So let's take the right hand behind us. Reach for the middle of your shoulder blade. Now here you'll notice that it's going to feel different on each side. So as I reach up with my left hand and then reach behind, you can see there's a gap there. Now this means neither side, and you'll probably find the same, but it's not the same on both sides. So take hold of your t-shirt or use a belt, or if you can grasp fingers, come into your Ganesh Mudra. Now, the reason it might be different is you can either have carrying shoulder injuries, you can have tighter muscles on one side. There can be all sorts of things going on that make it different. So I have an injury here, so let me just sort my belt out. Okay. So once you've got your belt or your t-shirt, wherever you are, wherever you're happy with, take a moment here in Gomukhasana arms, cow face arms, and then let's gentle lateral stretch from to the right, to the left. You might want to do this a few times. And then when you're neutral, we're going to stay here. And then your option here, my friends, is to release our hand. Let's take that right arm up, left hand up rather, right hand stays behind us. And bring your hands into your Akash Mudra, so you'll see we're different places. And again, we're going to reach over to the right and then over to the left. Let's hinge back to neutral, open out the right arm, keep the right palm facing back, then open the palms. Let's cross the right elbow over the left elbow, backs of hands together, hands on shoulders, or left fingertips on the palm of the right hand. Veerabhadrasana arms, and here again, your choice, my friends. Little bend in the knees, hinge from the hips, reach the crown forward. So here you have this counter reaching between the tailbone, the root, and the crown. And if you've locked out your knees, unlock them. We're creating space in our practice. Creating space means that we sometimes are very leisurely in that approach and that exploration. All of creation took place within space. This nothingness, this everythingness. When you're ready, my friends, engage the core and then rise up. Keep going, taking your gaze up towards the heavens, towards the sky, the limitless sky, and then back to neutral. Open out your arms, and then here, let's do whatever we need, reaching from one side to the other, circling, rotating the circles. You might want to do a couple of taps and chant your mantra. You can also add your breath here. So there's options for you, my friends. Let's come into stillness for a moment, and we're going to take our hands behind. So let's start with the namaskar at the heart. And then let's take our hands behind us, and we're going to come into namaskar behind our back. Here you can take hold of opposite elbows or wrists, or bring your hands into namaskar, yogi's choice. Reverse namaskar. You could be holding opposite elbows, wrists. Take a moment here. Lift your gaze up towards the sky. Draw the shoulder blades together. Open across the collarbones. One breath here. And then exhale, hinge forward. Keeping your hands connected, or wrists or elbows, holding onto elbows. And then bending into your knees, rise up. Release the elbows, rotate the wrists. Very beautiful start, my friends. Open out. Now, actually, we were here. I'm standing in the middle of the mat. Maybe you moved to the middle of the mat, but some of us may have stayed here. If we haven't moved to the middle of the mat, I ask you to do that now. Can't make assumptions about where you are, my friends. And let's open up now into Tarasana Star pose. Turn the right foot towards the top of the mat. Hinge all the way over to the right. bring the right hand down towards the feet, left arm up or onto your wrists. And play around here with our Trikonasana. Take the left arm, if it's on your wrists, on your hips or overhead, let's reach the left arm across to the right. Now this right hand can stay where it is, on your leg, on the earth, on your block, or you can reach this right arm across. This will be quite challenging for your breath. Turn your gaze down, bring your hands down towards the earth or blocks. Rotate on the ball of your left foot, soften into your right knee and come into a low lunge here. Rise up into a high lunge, take your arms wide, fingers in Akash, Vardha Mudra. Exhale, lower into low lunge. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise up. So you're working here strong, creating space. Now this time, as you lower towards the earth, come up high on the ball of your left foot and then gently hop that left leg off the earth so that you come into Veerabhadrasana 3. Now fingertips are on the earth, on furniture, on blocks. I'll just give my dog a bit of space so they don't feel like I'm going to fall over them. Now, when you're ready, and only if you wish, here, my friends, bring the hands up towards the heart in Namaskar. You may rock on your right foot, and if you fall out of balance, that's okay. My challenge is I have my dog straight in front of me, so I get distracted by their cuteness. Maybe not look at them. Now here, reach your arms back, hands in, your Akash Mudra. Interlace your hands here. So we're going to do a little bit of movement here. And if you wobble, keep coming back in. So we will wobble because we're balancing on that right leg. Find a spot ahead of you that's not going to move. And then, my friends, let's bring the hands back down to the earth. Bring the left foot to meet the right foot. Take a moment here. Sway the hips. Walk on the balls of your feet. Bend into your knees. Take a moment here. This is just a moment for us to rest. And again, let's bend into the knees and reach back with the left leg up towards the sky, coming into a standing splits here. Walk your hands towards that right foot. You can keep your... Now, our version of standing splits is going to be completely different. Some of us have more space in the hips. Some of us have very long limbs. Some of us have a better sense of balance. All kinds of reasons. So you be where you are, my friends, without judgment. We're all creating space. So your left foot could be on the earth slightly, could be on a block behind you, or a bit of furniture, or even on the wall behind you. And if you're ready, you can take one hand and wrap it around the back of your right leg, or then you can take the other hand and wrap it around the back of your right leg. Your choice, my friends. Be wherever you are. And if you wobble, come back in. No judgment, no self-criticism, no competition. Create space with your approach here. Create space with your thinking. And wherever you are, my friends, let's release our hands back to the earth and then find the earth with our left foot behind us. So we come back into a low lunge. Our Chitakasana. And then when you're ready, let's rise up, high lunge, open out the arms. Bring the hands to the heart in Namaskar. Then let's take the hands behind us in our reverse prayer variation, wherever that variation was, whether it's wrists, elbows, or Namaskar hands. And then lift your gaze up towards the sky. Straighten through the right leg. Take a moment here. And then let's leave the left hand where it is. Reach up with the right hand towards the sky. Let's bring our hands into Akash Mudra. Right arm reaching up, left hand stays at the back. Reach back, gentle heart opener. Over to the left with the right arm, and this is where you might be challenged, so find your balance. And then back to center. Release the hands. Bring them into Namaskar, and then let's rotate on the ball of that. Bring the heel of the left foot down and rotate the toes of the right foot. So we come back into Tarasana Star pose. Take up space here, create space, own space. Move through space. Gatte, gatte, paragatte, parasam gatte, bodhi, swaha. Let's turn the left foot up towards the bottom of the mat, probably for you. And hinge over to the left, coming into Trikonasana. That right arm can be on the hip for the moment. Spiral the heart. When you're ready, my friends, we're going to reach overhead with the right arm. You can stay in this variation. You can reach to the side with the left arm. So you create these tracks with the two arms. It's very challenging for our breath. So creating space here, spiral the heart. And then when you're ready, my friends, begin to turn the gaze down towards the left foot, rotate on the ball of the right foot, come into our low lunge to this side. And here we're going to rise, high lunge. So Chitakasana, high and low Chitakasana. So Chitakasana is means horse pose. So imagine the strength of a horse, the freedom that a horse has to run and find space. Rising up towards the cosmos and then lowering down towards the earth. And then one more time, rising up here. Now here, my friends, we're going to come back down to the earth. We're going to go into our Veerabhadrasana variation here. So hop slightly onto that right foot. Keep your fingertips on the earth or on your blocks or the bolster or a footstool, anything that is available for you to reach. Wherever you are. Hands can stay here. You can bring your hands to your heart. Reach back with your wings. And if you wobble, come back into your balance. Take hold of your hands into Yoga Mudra. Again, open out the wings. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Let's bring the foot in for a moment to rest the leg. Maybe you sway the hips, walk the legs. And then when you're ready, bend into your knees and lift the right foot up towards the sky here. If you're close to a wall, you can place the foot on a wall. So if I use the wall behind me, you can see that I can use the wall to help me. Yogi's choice. You can have your foot lightly touching on the wall. Hands on the ground or on your blocks or footstool or furniture. Right foot reaching behind you and up towards the sky at any angle which feels sustainable or comfortable and allows your body to create space. If we go beyond our boundaries, we lose space. We lose our sense of connection with space. And if you're ready, you may wish to wrap one hand around the back of the left leg, or the other hand, yogi's choice. Balancing here. If you fall, come out, then you lose your balance, come back in. And when you're ready, my friends, let's bring the hands to the earth. And now we're going to find the ground behind us with the ball of our right foot coming into our low lunge. And then let's rise up into our high lunge. Bring your hands to your heart here in Namaskar. And then we're going to move into our reverse prayer. That could be holding elbows, wrists, coming into your reverse prayer. Lift your gaze. Open your heart. I can't remember if we did this on the other side, but I'm going to do it here anyway. I don't know if we came into a reverse prayer. Veerabhadrasana 3. If we did, great. If we didn't, never mind. I felt drawn to do it. Find the earth. And then let's reach through that right leg, left leg rather. Come up high onto the ball of the right leg. Lift our gaze. And then let's open out into Tarasana Star pose. This is one of the things as a yoga teacher, and you can do whatever you want with your arms, big circles, bending into your knees. While I talk, my friends, because you know I will talk, you can do sort of lateral stretch, anything that creates space. So one of the things that I, as a yoga practitioner, with my own sadhana, and as a yoga teacher, is how do we create space for all bodies? How do we create space for all movements? Because yoga is an individual practice. When we come into this situation where we're teaching in a studio or in a class like this, virtual class, we tend to kind of put all of our trust in the teacher, all of our agency and autonomy into the teacher. And therefore we lose connection with our own sense of autonomy and agency and the way that we want to move. So one of the reasons why I don't often go to yoga classes, there are many reasons, but one of the reasons is that often I may not want to move in the way that the teacher is asking us to move, or to the extent that the teacher is asking us to move, because I want to retain a connection to my divine self? What brings comfort and ease and steadiness to my body? Because it's not a physical practice for me. It is a subtle energy body practice that is one of the pathways, the portal into a spiritual space. Now, my friends, you know that I love to talk. So when you finish your movements, freestyle, create space. Don't feel that you have to do what I do. Because yoga is how you feel, what you discover about yourself, how you find your essence in this practice. When you've had enough free movement and that space to explore, let's heel, toe, or jump to the center of our practice. Take a moment here. Sweep up. Exhale to fall down towards the earth. Bring your knees down. Stay on the ball of your feet here. So we're not going to come immediately to the earth here. You can support your feet with blocks here or a folded blanket. You can sit on a bolster and crouch here. And then let's bring the hands to the heart here. Find your drishti, your focal point. Take the hands behind you. Come into your reverse prayer variation. Open the heart. Finding that focal point in the distance where there's plenty of space between you and this potential, this limitless potential. Release the hands. Come back down to the earth. Now untuck your toes. And again, you may wish to place a rolled up blanket on the inside of your ankles. Bring the hands in namaskar at the heart. And reach overhead with Akash Mudra. Exhale over to the right. Inhale through center over to the left. Let's flow like this in both directions. From left to right. And now let's sway. So we take that left arm round to twist over to the right, swaying over to the left. So we're doing a twist here, but with much more fluidity of exploration. And then coming in stillness onto your hip, extend the left leg long. Keep that right heel tucked in. And we're going to fold forward here. So rather than the Janushirthasana over the left leg, we're going to stay central and we're going to walk our hands forward here and create some space here. Now we're all going to be in completely different places here, my friends. Some of us are going to be able to hinge quite far forward and bring our forearms, perhaps our hearts onto the earth. That's not where I'm at, but that might be where you are at. And I'm going to bring my hands into Akash Mudra. And remember here, you can also place blocks or your bolster or folded blanket. Keeping that left foot flexed. Three breaths here. Then rise up, right hand on the earth. Let's extend our left arm over. Left hand to the earth, extend the right arm over. Let's twist to the right, twist to the left. And extend the right leg long, fold in the left leg. And again, lengthen through the spine. And then hinge forward. And bring your arms, your forearms, your heart, whatever you wish. I'm not going to dictate to you how you want this to look. I'm offering you and offering you suggestions and inviting you to explore. So see how it feels. You might have more space on one side compared to the other side. You might have less space. So be it. Swaha, so be it. Three breaths here. And then when you're ready, my friends, let's rise up. Take a moment here and then lateral stretch over to one side, twist to one side, then the other side. And then back to center, uncross the legs. And I will want you to think about what you need in this moment. Now, this could be swinging the knees from one side to the other. This could be stretching out the legs. Whatever you need, it could be hugging everything in. Find what you need in this moment. And then when you are ready, let's come down to the earth. Open out your arms wide, open out your legs wide. Into your Shavasana. And take up space here. Find the space for rest. Space for stillness. For quiet. Gone, gone, way gone. Beyond gone, beyond the shores of gone. Awake, so be it. Awake, so be it. Space, Akasha. This concept of nothingness and everything is how we find the pathway, the gateway to the essence of our being, to the essence of the true self, which is divine or in relationship with the divine. Softening through the whole body, surrendering here to the space that you have created, that you have found. Three long breaths here. Expansion of breath from the crown to the root, from the root to the crown, from the left fingertips, left middle fingertip, across the heart to the right middle fingertip. From the crown to the tips of the toes on the left foot, the right foot. Expansive breath that creates space in the body. And when you are ready, my friends, hug everything in. Gentle hug. Gentle roll on the lower back. And then let's roll over to the left side, to the side of the heart, to the receptive aspect. And rising up into your Sukhasana when you are ready, preparing to close our time together. Bring your hands into Akash Mudra. Thumb tip connected to the tip of the middle finger. Palms face up on your knees. Closing by chanting our mantra and then Om Shanti. Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad, my friends. Stretch out, yawn, whatever you need. Thank you for joining me in my beautiful, spacious practice today. I feel divine and floaty. Thank you. See you soon, my loves.